Hey everybody, Vasky here. If you just read the title of this video, you're probably really confused right now. But I have something pretty interesting to show you. So today, 3 people have been fired from Curse's team. These people are Myrati, Jaded Cat, and Ayamaz, who were previously the people responsible for maintaining CurseForge's moderation system and checking new mods for potential problems and stuff of the sort. So, after having heard this news, I've decided to do an experiment. I've made a mod which, by all intents and purposes, is a piece of malware, and have uploaded it to CurseForge. So here's the mod. I called it Crash Context, and I said, it gathers information about your game, instance, and mod usage load to improve the quality of crash logs by adding more information mod pack and pack authors can use to debug problems. That's the description I gave. I also gave a little note. This mod might increase your load time by a few seconds. That's the mod I uploaded. It actually doesn't do any of that at all. So when I uploaded the mod, it had this thing over here. It said, this is a new project. Once a file is uploaded for this project, it will be reviewed by a moderator. There's no moderators, as I think we can tell by now because they fired them all. Until approved by a moderator, the project will not be visible to others and its files will not synchronize across the Curse network. This is not here anymore. I also made the file experimental, so some sucker wouldn't download it on accident to the client. On the side, it says there's 0 downloads. That's because it just hasn't updated, because I know for a fact there's at least one, and I'll show you why in a second. I uploaded 3 files. File number 1, which you can tell as 1 download. The initial release. File number 2, which has improved load times. And file number 3, which has integrity checks. Now, an interesting pattern I discovered is that file number 1 was uploaded at 11:15. If you go if we go to my notifications, you can see that it was approved at 11:20. So it was approved 5 minutes later. File number 2 was uploaded at 11:23 and was accepted at 11:28. So I just thought, okay, there's a pattern going on here. Did it just make a bot that automatically verifies the files 5 minutes later? Which actually turned out not to be the case, because when I uploaded file number 3, I uploaded it at 11:31 and it was verified at 11:33. Not sure if that has anything to do with anything, but I found that pattern. So, what does the mod do? Well, here's the code for the mod. The mod, ignore the fact that it stops on Windows. That is because I wanted it to do something a bit bigger, but just couldn't be bothered. The mod sends out a message to your log saying it's gathering info. Of course it's not, this is bullshit. Then it stops the game for 1 second and 200 milliseconds. This used to be to 2 seconds in the first release, which then changed to 1.5 seconds in the second release, and to 1.2 seconds in the third release. This was done to change the mod's hash code and checksum, hash, basically the checksum of the mods, so Curse would think they're different versions. Then it grabs your property, your username. If you go over here to my start menu, you can see my username is VL. It grabs that, just grabs that, then it sends it to this place over here, this URL. If you go to that URL, I'm going to put in some dumb name like potato, as I've done already. Empty page. But then if we go over to my log here, you can see there's a file, and if I open the file, it has potato in it. As soon as it opens, there you go. See, potato in it. So the mod takes your username and uploads it to my site. Now I also have the source code for the upload right here. It just puts it into a file, nothing too crazy. After that, it also has an info file, and I'll show you what that is in a moment. Now, you might have noticed there is another log over here, aside from mine. This log was from Wiv, my texture artist, and he confirmed this is correct. This is in fact his Windows username, WV, so it does work. And that's where that other download came from, the one we saw just a while ago. So, what did I change between these versions? Well, this is the initial one, so no changes. This one over here, all I did was take this file value over here and change it to 1500. I did this because I wanted to verify if it actually always takes 5 minutes, which it also did, but then I uploaded the next one and it didn't, so I just did this one for that. The third one, I actually did something a bit different. If we download this one over here and I open it up, you can see there's an interesting thing in here. Right, let's open it up. Ignore all the trash in this downloads folder, right? There's a batch file in here. Now, normally Curse actually does not allow you to have this stuff. If you have a batch file in your mod is going to get rejected. I know because I've had site rejected originally because it had a batch file in there. So they don't check for that. They have the batch file in there just fine. So that's what this mod does. And yeah, it is available for download. It's right here. And of course, we've downloaded it. Also, just for kicks, what I did was make the info file show up in your desktop. So I'm going to load up the game real quick, and I'm going to show you what the info file contains. So while I do that, this might take a bit because I have a few mods loaded in my development workspace. While I do that, I just want you to be careful while downloading mods from CurseForge, because there's a possibility there's nobody moderating them, as you can tell. So stuff like this might fly very easily. So be careful while we do that. In the meantime, let me just load up the game. I have way too much stuff. But then it takes ages to download. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about? I don't think so, no. Oh yeah, source code for this mod, and both from the website and the actual mod will be in the description if you want to check that out. I will be taking the mod down from CurseForge before I upload this video because, you know, there's really no need for it to be there anymore. That's about it. Alright, well, let's make sure this is loaded. Just doing the thing. Okay. If you go to my desktop, you can see there's a crash context file. So not only does this mod take your username and upload it to my website, it also just randomly makes a file in your desktop. What does the file contain, you might ask? It contains an ASCII dick butt made of the Navy SEALs copy pasta. Thanks for watching.